watch this car fly past me. Holy. So a quick overview of derealization disorder. It affects you and your perception of things. You may experience derealization and depersonalization or both at the same time. So like for example, let's say I'm working right now. It might not feel like, I might not perceive it as me working. I might see it as you know, so I'm watching someone else work and someone else talk for me, and I'm just observing like I'm watching a movie. Still working. Things might seem distorted, like objects might seem distorted. You are aware that you are like observing reality. Like reality is still a thing to you, but you just kind of see it weird. Like, yeah, like, what's going on? You ain't really lose touch with reality per se, but you do realize you're perceiving things weird. So that kind of causes anger, frustration, and anxiety. So, you know, that's why anxiety is part of the disorder, because you're feeling anxious all the time or sad all the time because you're frustrated with not being able to perceive things correctly, or you think things are looking weird and stuff like that. Derealization disorder isn't exactly directly diagnosed. It's rather, if you don't fit the mold of like, if you aren't coming off of medications, or you don't have OCD, depression, anxiety, other personality disorders, PTSD, then you will be further evaluated for derealization disorder. Because if you can't really fit the mold of these, then you most likely will be most likely have derealization disorder, because you don't really fit the mold of these other disorders as previously listed. For long periods of times, it's quite rare. In fact, it's 1 to 2% of people experience derealization or depersonalization for long periods of times, and it's more common in adolescents and young adults than any other group. So if you're in those groups, look out for that. The symptoms of derealization disorder is that you can feel disconnected from your surroundings, or environment. You can feel disconnected from your body, your feelings, your thoughts, just yourself in general. You feel like an observer in your own life. You feel robotic, or people around you feel robotic. You can become emotionally numb. You can be sad or anxious or having anxiety, and you feel like you're in a dreamlike world, like nothing really feels too real. So those are the symptoms of derealization disorder. And if you are, reminder, it is a common feeling to feel dissociative, or not dissociative, derealized from reality. But if you're suffering from this in a prolonged period of time, then it should be brought to your attention. You should seek further help and assistance, and if you are suffering from any of these symptoms. There are certain risk factors involved. For example, if you aren't very emotionally aware, that is a risk factor. And also, if you have another personality disorder such as not PTSD, depression or anxiety, that can also play a factor into it. According to my research, apparently having suffering from physical seizures can also be a risk factor. So I'm really interested in that. I wonder why. Let me search it over real quick. Once again, since we don't know the causes, we don't really know how to treat this derealization disorder, but we do have some ideas on how to treat it. We, for example, psychotherapy, such as like cognitive behavioral therapy. Ding 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 ding. I learned about that one. And also eye movement desensitization process, or EMDR. I'm gonna look further in that. But we also have medications such as antipsychotic medications, SSRIs, anti-anxiety medications, and mood stabilizers or mood stabilization medication.